Hi comrades! Welcome back to the channel. I had an 8.5 in my IELTS speaking exams and I wasn't very happy about it. Before you kiss your teeth, I want you guys to listen to my IELTS exam journey because it was very different from what I saw online. I wrote my IELTS exams in Douala, Cameroon, and in this video, I will share as accurately as I can my journey. The International English Language Testing System, commonly known as IELTS, is an English language proficiency exam that is administered to people from non-native English-speaking countries. The exam is in 4 parts. We have speaking, listening, reading, and writing. The exams are written on 2 different days. Mine was on the 9th and on the 11th of February. The speaking exam, which I'm going to be focusing on in this video, is in 3 parts. We have the first part where they ask you personal questions about yourself, your home, your work, your hobbies. The second part where you have a discussion question where you have to speak for 2 minutes on a topic that is being given. And the third part where you have a general question and answer session. My exams were on the 9th and I went there an hour early. Went into the hall to go get my biometrics and my photographs taken. The girls, they were very helpful, so shout out to them. And I was then led into a waiting room to wait for my turn. Candidates were asked to wear face masks. I go into the examination hall when I was being called, and my examiner was a man. I greeted him properly, and he asked me to sit down. He introduces the IELTS exams and tells me my exams have begun. Your first part, he starts asking me questions, and I'm answering. Of course, I know my name, I know where I'm from. And towards the third question, he gets agitated, aggravated, and starts doing some hand gestures. He's doing this. And I'm looking at him. I'm still answering the question, but I'm looking at him scared because am I wearing my face mask properly? Do I have something on my hair? Am I saying the wrong things? So I was very concerned. And after answering the 4th question, I paused and I whispered, "Is there a problem?" And he whispers back at me, "What are you talking?" And I was like, "Inhala. Exhale." Understand? So immediately I looked for a point on the wall and I started looking at that point on the wall. I wasn't looking at his eyes anymore. I finished answering all the questions that he asked for my part 1, and then he led me to my part 2. He introduces part 2, and my part 2 was on I can't remember the questions vividly. My part 2 was on expectations versus reality when it comes to online buying experience. If you've ever bought online, I think you have stories to share. I shared this story about a makeup brand in Dubai that I loved. I think they have the best concealers. They had advertised this family kit with water, shadows, blushes online, and I ordered for one. But when I received it, I realized that the shades weren't very accurate to what was advertised online. It was very light in person and couldn't go on my skin tone. So I reached out to the customer service. They were very polite. I sent them an email. They didn't respond. And I ended up leaving a review on their Facebook page, which wasn't very positive. So when I finished explaining my story, I realized that it wasn't 2 minutes yet. This is the reason why you have to prepare for the exams, because things like this can happen. So when you finish talking and it's not 2 minutes yet, you start talking about the future of that particular topic. When it's 2 minutes, the examiner will say stop. So in my case, I said, I don't like the fact that every single time I want to buy a complexion-based product, I have to do so much research to find out about companies that are inclusive. I hope to be a mom someday, and God willing, I'll have a daughter. And by the time my daughter is old enough to wear makeup, I do hope that she'll be able to enter into any store, go on any website, and she'll be able to find concealers, foundations that will be suitable for her skin tone. And he said, stop. Now, we move on to the part 3 of my speaking exams. Can you guess? I'm shaking as I'm saying this. Can you guess what my part 3 of my IELTS speaking exam was on? If you know me, you will know. Let's go. You've written it down in the comment section? Please write it down in the comment section. 1, 2, 3. Customer service. What? Can you imagine? Make it make sense. I'm telling you, I'm having shivers or chills down my spine as I'm saying this. If you don't believe in God, don't believe. But I do believe because I've seen him walk in the silence of all events. You just say, hey, Whitney, I got you. I studied everything under the surface of this earth. Okay? I'm talking about cars, I'm talking about electronics, I'm talking about global warming, travel abroad, airplanes. I didn't touch customer service. Speckle bounce. My speckle bounce with basketball. But they asked me about customer service. I can still remember my questions like it was yesterday. 3 questions were asked. Number 1, what is customer service? I spoke. Number 2, why do I think that the customer service in Cameroon is so poor? Why do some business owners feel the need to not serve their customers properly? I spoke. Number 3, how can we improve on the level of customer service in Cameroon? I spoke. So I explained properly, and I realized that my examiner was just like this the entire time. I spoke from my heart because, again, you guys know I'm very passionate about customer service and improving on the level of service in Cameroon. And when I was done talking, he said, "That's it, Vinny. This brings us to the end of your IELTS speaking exams." Oh, you guys know why I had an 8.5 in my IELTS speaking exams, even though I was aiming for a band 9, which is the highest band. If you're going to be writing the IELTS exams anytime soon, I want you guys to prepare yourself for distractions in examination hall. I don't know if that's something that is recent, but I was being distracted by my examiner. So if that happens to you, don't panic, okay? Inhale, exhale. Look for a point on the wall and stare at it and answer. It's English. You can speak English. British colonization was not a joke, okay? You studied in English, you express yourself in English, you can speak English. But if you go to that examination hall without preparing for the exams and without knowing what to expect, you're going to fail. The exam is not about English language, the exam is about instructions. Can you follow given instructions? Food for thought. Share, comment. Please let me know in the comment section what questions you have in regards to writing the IELTS exams. For those of you who want to go study in Canada, Australia, Britain has its own English exams, it's not IELTS, so you need to be informed about that. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, comment, and share so that others can find it. And we will see you again in the next video, just in case you're wondering.